And I believe that is the sound that says it's another free Jingle Friday. Yay! Hello, Isabella.
Hello, Mike. I haven't seen you for such a long time.
I know, it does feel like a long time. It is so good to be back here from the Music Radio Creative Studios on the Isle of Wight. It's going to be so much fun. And as you can see, we now have a bird's eye camera. Look behind you, Isabella. Look behind you and look up.
My mess is visible. This is very...
Everything.
Even
your credit card details. I can zoom in there. I can see your credit cards.
Right.
Nice. Everything you want. It's available right now on Music Radio Creative Live. Isabella from Bird's Eye View. Oh yes, so exciting. Isabella, are you ready for this?
I was born ready for this. How about that?
Born ready for this. Let's do it. Let's talk about the latest updates from MRC and let's make you some free jingles.
Yes.
So wonderful to be here, Isabella, isn't it?
First of all, I owe everybody here a huge apology.
Why?
Do you know why? I've messed up. Well, I blame MailChimp. I've messed up. So, so anyway, I was already here yesterday scheduling all the emails. MailChimp went down for most of yesterday, so I couldn't do it yesterday. And then of course today it was far less time, so you know I was far less relaxed.
Of course.
And I didn't do it correctly. So I was meaning to schedule it to go in an hour. Instead, I've sent it straight away, which means I've sent an email to everybody saying, we're here in half an hour. So obviously everybody jumped on saying, oh, okay, so where are you now? So I'm sorry. I really am sorry, but I blame MailChimp for the fact that they were down yesterday.
No worries, but we will get there in the end. It's been a busy time here at Music Radio Creative, including, not least of which, rebranding the studio. Obviously, last week when we did the live stream, you got the chance to see, obviously, myself here in the studio with the green screen, a little bit of Isabella's background there, with you've got some rather nice leopards behind you as well.
I do. There is a lovely story about the leopards, by the way. So yeah, so I can share it if you want to. I don't know.
Very cool.
But before I do, I think before I do, the time is really to give everybody an outline of why we are here and what we are about to do. Shall we do that?
Absolutely, yes, I think so. So, Isabella, over to you. How does Free Jingle Friday work? And by the way, if you're brand new to this live stream, do let us know by typing new in the comments now. And those of you watching wherever you are, whether you're new or you've been watching for a while, do type where you're watching from as well. That always helps. Isabella, explain how this stream works.
Right, so if you are here, by the way, so if you are here, effectively, we are here to give you free jingles because it's Friday and it's a free Jingle Friday. So all you need to do is post your script in the comments. So if you're watching us on Facebook, just put it in the comments as the script you would like recorded, and the same on YouTube, of course. And the way we are going to structure the show, so for the first half an hour and the next, 27 minutes to be exact, we're going to have a little chat and wait for all the script submissions to come in. We have wonderful Dominic in the background who's working really hard and actually trying to capture all of your scripts as they come in. So it may seem like there is no organization, but in fact there is quite a lot of it in the background. Now, if you would like to have your script not just recorded, but also produced, then you might already see that quite a few of you are posting super chats. Super chat is the way to do it. We will not only record your script, but also Mike will produce it. And that leads me nicely to the second part of the show. So as 1:30 approaches, we are going to stop taking any new submissions. First of all, we will record all the super chats and then Mike will produce them, which is a brilliant part of the show where you can learn a ton about audio production in general. And then at the very end, we will record all the other scripts that have been submitted at the start. So plenty, effectively, to learn and just join and have fun with us. Yeah, by the way, hands up if you guys have fun here. So I would love to put, put a wave of hands if you are having fun with us here every Friday. So it would be lovely to hear from you.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you can see, we've got a few camera angles. It's definitely look behind you and look up at that camera. Go on, give it a wave. There you go. That's the bird's eye camera. Now, we were so used to having a kind of overview camera when we did this live stream before we did the studio rebrand that finally we got one up in the top corner of the studio. I just cut to it earlier by mistake, so I'm going to cut to it again. The grand reveal. This is how it's looking my side of the studio. Ready? Oh, no, that's that's Adobe Audition. Hang on. I'm still learning my hotkeys for the new setup. But, oh, that's Isabella. And this is my desk. All right. Now, there is going to be a video coming out soon on the on this channel on youtube.com/musicradiocreative. explaining how this desk came together. And as you can see, there are a lot of units in here, a lot of racks, and it's only going to grow over time. So
Mike has built himself a spaceship. Literally, this is a spaceship. He's ready to take off.
Yeah, it is a rocket ship. And actually, if you all go to the YouTube channel, if you go and check us out on YouTube and have a look, you will actually find that there is a video, and it's the first in what I would like to be a series of videos, the ultimate home studio setup. So obviously, as you may know, if you've watched us before, this studio was purpose built. And it's created especially for our live streaming. But what I want to help you is how to understand basically how to create a fantastic home studio. Everything you need, from like obviously transforming a space into a home studio, to building it up, to putting the right equipment in, the gear in, the desk. Obviously, the desk is a big part. As you can see, this is a huge desk, and a lot more. So that series is going to grow over time.
But I think you need to cut a little bit more to it. Come on, you just gave this like kind of tiny little thing, and then you talk a lot about it. Talk about it whilst you show it.
Yes. Okay. So here is the big desk, as you can see. And you can see the studio from one perspective, from the other perspective. Now, if you've just checked out the live stream and maybe you just found us for the first time, do go to the YouTube channel, watch the latest video. It's called Home Studio Transformation. It was only published about an hour ago, so it's very, very new video. But I would love you to go and take a look at it. And then you can see the kind of process we're going through here at MRC. We've recently gone through a big rebrand. We're slowly changing the colors. We're going for a bit more of a mature look, rather than we had the kind of bright luminous blue and cartoons. I don't know how much I can reveal, Isabella, but there is going to be a sort of new MRC version. I think we're on 4.0 now, coming along soon. And with that obviously comes the studio where I work from, this big desk with the rack units. Going to be talking about what's in my rack in a future video as well, because I'm sure you'd love to know what some of these things are doing in the rack and how we actually get the live stream to sound as good as it does. So all that to come. But check out the first video in the series, Isabella. It's called Home Studio Transformation with time-lapse ultimate home studio setup, and it's on the YouTube channel now. Obviously, you can wait till the end of the live stream to watch it.
Absolutely. I was just looking at the comments as they come in. John says the video was classic. Mike painting day and night.
Yeah.
Hope you worked him hard, Isabella. Oh, you bet I did.
Absolutely.
And do you know, I will tell you one thing. This like, we literally painted the whole office after I have spent the whole weekend painting our son's room. And I was like, there is just no way I'm doing this again. I was like, I didn't tell Mike at the start. I was just like, yeah, we'll be here in a minute, Mike. Okay, keep going. And I never turned up.
There you go.
It was a classic.
By the way, I've still noticed that there is no cup of tea on my desk. So I'm going to let you talk a bit more about transforming while I go back to the kitchen and go and grab something from the MRC kitchen, so I can have something to sip on while you explain more about this lovely space that we're now broadcasting from.
Okay, that was very nicely done, Mike. So also, Michael Suhovsky says, I really hope you don't change the logo. No, don't worry, logo stays exactly the same. We are going to slightly change the color of it, but literally very slightly. It just will be slightly darker shade of the same blue. So more to come very, very soon about the rebrand. As Mike said, we have a whole series of videos planned, including actually a video. We were just sitting today here and we were thinking, we never published that. We have a full time lapse of how this whole room was built. So that is coming too. So you can actually see how the building went up. So very excited about it. But yes, with regards to the rebrand itself, it's just an update, a refresh, but a whole new website is coming. So this is something we're currently working on, and yeah, just kind of want to give our website a fresh feel, a look, and also bring a lot more functionalities that an e-commerce store should have. So that hopefully is going to be exciting for you.
Absolutely. So, I just wanted to check out a few more of your comments. Michael says, awesome. I was afraid I'd have to buy another T-shirt if you do a logo change. That's so true. What else have we got? Vince thinks I've got a swear jar on my desk. Do you know what, actually? Yeah, maybe my favorite brand of tea here. This could be the legendary swear jar, couldn't it? Or something like that.
No, but I think I think he was actually referring to the Yankee candle you've got in there.
Oh yeah, that's that thing there. That's a Yankee candle. Yeah, that's just a Yankee candle. That's all.
Yeah, there you go. That's all. This is just the Yankee candles.
That's all it is. Awesome setup, Mike, says Jack. Hands are up. Cool desk, says Mix A, Mix FM Global. I'll let you know more about the desk and exactly how I source that and all of that soon.
Yeah.
Lewis is having fun. Doug Hewson's in. I see you, Doug. Radio Litchfield as well. I saw your comment on the studio transformation, so thanks for commenting and watching that already. Jim would like to know how to submit a super chat, essentially to get your jingle produced here. Obviously, we do the free jingles, Isabella, but we also do produced jingles and prioritized jingles that are results of super chats, which are YouTube only. Maybe, Isabella, you want to explain exactly how a super chat works and how long people have got. 20 minutes left to submit their scripts.
You've got 20 minutes to submit your script. So if you are watching us on Facebook, all you can currently do is just post your script in there. There is no functionality of a super chat. Super chat is available on YouTube. And that means you can jump the queue, have your jingle recorded first, but also produced. And Mike will demo your jingle essentially and show you how he makes it in the second part of the show. So after 1/2 the hour. So you've got 20 minutes to get started and post that script. So just make sure to read it and then reread it before posting. I mean, it's just such a shame. Because we can't really correct scripts because sometimes they are meant to not sound quite right. So we had people who were like, no, you've changed it, but it should be, what it was. So we read it as it comes. So just kind of bear that in mind.
Also, Nigel has said on Facebook, he's posted a comment saying, don't spill the drink, Isabella. Look.
No, I'm hoping not today. Thank you. Yes, it's and I've noticed, by the way, that camera angle that you've got. I've noticed that I wave my hands awfully a lot when I talk.
You do, but it's good. It's not as zoomed in on you as it was before.
Yes.
We kind of like pulled the camera out a little bit so we can see more of your face and your head and shoulders shot essentially, because that's
it.
kind of what we want to see. Last week it was kind of zoomed right in on you because we had the camera on your desk essentially, but now as you can see from the bird's eye view, it's kind of just back behind the desk, behind the Elgato key light that we're using there. And I think that looks and works really well.
And by the way, I'm still waiting for the cable management to come. As you can see, it really has not arrived yet, Mike. Wink, wink.
Oh, yeah. Hang on. Let me go and have a look.
Yeah, it's not looking good, is it? No.
Yeah, that does look pretty tatty. Although what I will say is I, on your orders, Isabella, I went out and grabbed a load of cable management stuff. I'm actually going to do a video about this.
Yeah.
Might as well show you. Cable clips. There you go, cable clips.
Yeah.
Velcro pads. Those are some Velcro pads.
Nice. Not very planet friendly, I must admit, though.
Maybe not. We got like piping here, piping to pipe cables through. See? All your cables can go like that into this pipe, so they're not all messy. So believe me, Isabella, it's coming.
Okay. Phew.
It's on the way, because I know that it looks messy, and that quite frankly, this camera view right now, frankly, just looks awful. It just makes us look like we're all messy. There's a Google Home with a wire running down. There's like a Mario box like covering up a load of wires. There's wires coming out of all the monitors. It just doesn't look good. And I'm going to do, in the Ultimate Home Studio Setup series that I'm producing, I am going to specifically do a video on cable management, because I think I've got enough kit here to be able to talk about what I'd recommend and show you exactly how I'm going to do it. And again, I'll do like befores and afters as well.
I think that would be really, really good. So as you can see, the studio is transforming. It's slowly taking shape to be a little bit more live stream friendly, I guess. And I'm glad not to have just a bare wall behind me. This has been kind of really nagging me for a while. And actually, I am really looking forward to restarting my Audio Unicorn videos, because I've kind of paused them.
You can do something now.
Yes, that's it, because I kind of paused them. I was really frustrated with the fact that it just, wasn't really working perfectly well. And now I'm like, oh, now actually this all starts to look a little bit better. So, and I wonder whether anybody can spot a hidden unicorn in the background. There is a hidden unicorn.
Yeah, you just need to lean over a bit to your right. Over to your right. There you go. Yeah. Spot the unicorn, win a prize, that kind of thing.
Yes, and that's it.
Nice. Very cool. So, I'm actually getting my tape measure out on there. You probably can't see it from that angle. Doing funny things. I have to admit to having a tape measure in the studio right now, because I'm still measuring things up, have to admit to you, Isabella, and to the audience who are watching now, I'm actually a little bit stressed today. Just a tiny bit stressy because like we're kind of getting there with our home studio update and with all the cool stuff. You might actually notice if I cut to this camera angle, most racks, this side of the racks have got like 4 units in. I've got 1 unit in this middle rack. I've got a rank blanker there. I've got 1 unit over here. You can probably just see the lights on it. And then 3 rank blankers. Rank blankers. Rank blankers. What am I thinking right now? Rack blankers. But then I've got a huge 2-unit hole here where my hand is. I have got a plan for that. I'm not going to talk about it yet, but if it comes off good, I'm currently talking to a company in Germany about doing some custom work, and they sound like they can do it, kind of thing. If it works out well, I'll actually talk about the company because I think it'll be of relevance to you as somebody who likes audio or aspires to build. Maybe you have your own recording studio, your own home studio. Maybe you aspire to build one. So all of the videos I'm going to be making, including what I'm going to be placing in this 2-rack unit here, I will be talking about on the channel. So make sure to subscribe on YouTube if you haven't done so already. But the reason, Isabella, I'm a little stressy and I have my tape measure out is the bookcases and the storage units aren't working. Now you've got yourself like look behind you. You got yourself a rather sweet setup there. You got some nice like wood and metallic shelving and storage cupboards.
I'm
and
happy.
You got your leopards. Actually, just above you can't see it from this angle. There's a Technics record player. You've been playing Dark Side of the Moon far too much. No, sorry, I've been playing Dark Side of the Moon far too much.
Yes, but I've been playing Elvis.
You've been playing Elvis.
I've been playing Elvis. I've been really indulging in Elvis.
So let me conclude the story. Isabella, right? She's all sorted. Her side of the office is looking really good. Well, apart from the mess on your desk. Talk to me about cable management. What about desk management, Isabella? Anyway, sore subject maybe.
Right.
But anyway, so the reason I'm stressed is I am trying to get some storage units for our MRC Live studio. So essentially, they'll essentially be in the background when I cut to this angle. Okay, so this is the angle, and then behind me you can kind of see where the map of the world is, and that star and the Dark Side of the Moon album down there. All of this area here is going to be shelving, all right? And I've measured it up. I can fit in about 2 sort of bookcases, you know, 2 sort of shelving bookcases, storage units. And I have tried and tried and tried to order, and every time, well, I've ordered twice. Let's just face it. I've ordered twice. And third time, I think, is going to be the charm. I'm hoping. Actually, if you've got any advice, please, this is why I'm kind of mentioning this, because maybe someone in the chat has advice. Please let me know right now. And twice, the orders have gone wrong. First time, I ordered from a company that shall remain nameless, although they were the company that supplied your bookshelf. So if anyone recognizes that bookshelf, that's the company. And they delivered your bookshelf like within 2 working days. And then Isabella, like, you know, we kind of had enough because we've been waiting a week. They kind of, you were fine. They processed your order, and then they got back to me and they said, "Oh, we're sorry. As you're based in the Isle of Wight, this is classed as an offshore island." I'm like, what are you talking about? The Isle of Wight? An offshore? Well, I know technically it is an offshore island from the UK, but for all intents and purposes, for every other delivery, Royal Mail, parcel courier services, anything, supermarkets, you know, computer shops, everything, it's classed as mainland UK, right? And this is, it doesn't happen often on the Isle of Wight, but occasionally a company will come back to you and say, "Oh no, you're offshore, you're the same as Jersey and the Isle of Man." No, we're not, we're the Isle of Wight.
I know.
So anyway, they got back to me and they said, as it's that, we're going to have to use a special courier service, and it's sitting with them. They're a third party. They're not even the courier service that's going to deliver to you. They're just an intermediary between us and the final courier service that will then finally take your bookshelves, which were delivered fine for Isabella, by the way. I don't know how they did it for Iz. They will then send them on to another courier service who will then pack them on a ferry and take them and bring them to your your front abode.
Vince says Isabella has more juice than you, Mike.
Yeah, so it's clearly she's got the mojo going on at the moment. So anyway, so that was just like
that was hilarious.
Heartache. And you called up and did your Isabella thing on the phone to them, and well, very politely though. Really, you got more with honey than vinegar, definitely. And and essentially the conclusion of it was, look, listen, we'll just cancel, because it was like, Next week, we're going to let you know when it's left the courier we've sent it to. And when it reaches the next courier, they'll reach to you within 15 working days. That's 3 weeks. So, like, we could be waiting a month to fill that gap, you know. And I'm a patient kind of guy, you know. I'm not, like, kind of stressing too much about it. And then I thought, okay, well, who else have we got here in the UK that can deliver storage units, bookshelves and stuff like that? Obviously, IKEA came to mind because IKEA is, like, one of the biggest places in the world for that kind of stuff. Don't have an outlet on the Isle of Wight, so I thought, well, what else? Argos. For those of you outside the UK, you probably haven't heard of Argos, but it's kind of like a Home Depot if you're based in the US. It's kind of like that, I think. They're very, very good, and they do same-day delivery, even on the Isle of Wight. It's phenomenal. I've always had good experiences with Argos. In fact, I will shout them out even further because, this time, admittedly, the second time it was my mistake. I ordered exactly what I wanted for same-day delivery, and then I realized I'd put in the wrong billing address.
Boo.
So it was set to deliver somewhere else, which I wouldn't be able to access or get them. Anyway. That's probably enough. I'm probably going too deep here.
I think you are.
So, yeah. Anyway, long and short of it, I called. They were really friendly, cancelled the order, but now the items are out of stock on Argos. Yeah. So, what do I do? I'm throwing it over to you in the comments. What do I do to fill this space behind me? All right? Do I go back to Argos and find something different? Do I go to IKEA? Do I go to another company? Anyone in the UK got some good suggestions for companies that deliver to the Isle of Wight? Sorry, I'm rambling on about this.
It's enough.
It's just on my mind. That is the story of why I'm holding a tape measure right now in my hands. I'm clutching a tape measure. Anyway.
Well, hang on. Before we go any further and before we will...
any comments, by the way, Isabella?
Hang on. Before we will go any further, just a quick reminder. You have 9 minutes left. You have 9 minutes left.
9 minutes left to get your jingles in. Safety FM, Jay says, have Isabella place the order. That's the answer. That's the answer. Isabella will place the order and it will arrive on time in the right place. Yes.
That is the answer indeed.
Yes.
Yes, so you've got 9 minutes left to put your script in the comments. If you haven't done so already, 9 minutes is the cut-off time. So make sure to put your script in there. If you would like your order not only recorded but also produced, then Super Chat is the way. And thank you, by the way, for all of your generous donations so far today. It's truly, truly wonderful. So at hour, we will obviously stop all the submissions. We will jump into recording all the Super Chats first. And then Mike will produce them, which will be a brilliant opportunity for you to learn a lot about audio production. Well, a lot. It's like he goes really, really fast. But it shows you how you can also produce your own jingles. And then at the very end, we will record everything else.
You bet. Actually, some good suggestions coming in with my storage unit conundrum. Ryan says just try Amazon. They're quite good, aren't they?
Stuart, says on Facebook, Amazon and eBay.
Amazon and eBay. Yeah. And Cato actually suggested maybe you want to try some charity shops. We've got some of those on the aisle.
And we do.
But then we have to go and like pack it in into our vehicle because usually, some deliver, don't they? So anyway.
That's it. So
thank you for the help.
And then there was a question earlier on that I've highlighted, and I said I will put forward to you from Debbie, who's asking which headphones and microphones we are using. So if you could maybe cover that would be lovely.
Do you want me to cover that now?
You can, yeah. Just it's a quick answer. So yeah.
Okay, microphone I have in front of me right here is the AKG C414 XL2. It's amazing. It's so good. It's I love it so much. $949 for this baby, but it's worth it. And if you like golden, hang on, let me take the little windshield off. If you like golden, you can't really see that. But anyways, it's golden on the front. It really is very cool. It's kind of vocal standard for many recording professionals. It sounds great. I plugged this into the DBX286S, which processes it, gives it a bit of oomph, and then it hits you on the live stream after going through a final compressor. We have a final compressor before it goes live. Headphones, I've got worn these for years. I think this set is about 10 years old. These are the Bayer Dynamic DT770 Pros. Again, you'll see these in many professional recording studios. A lot of radio stations use the DT100s or the DT250s, but 770 are just comfortable and they just last. They just have not broken for years and years and years. Isabella, tell us about your kit over there.
I had to have
AKG
a look at the numbers.
All the way.
I have a AKG P420, and I'm
P420.
really happy.
I'm going to say
P420, yes.
Sounds better.
And I'm really happy with it. This is kind of more of a budget version of the AKG microphones. This one, how much does it cost? I don't even know.
Oh, that's a good question. I'll look it up while you tell us more about your gear.
Yeah, so AKG, I'm super happy with this, by the way. Like, really, really nice microphone, I personally feel.
It's about $200.
Yeah. And then headphones. I'm just going to take my headphones off just to kind of show you a little bit more. They are K271 MK2. So there you go.
Oh, okay. K271 MK2. Those come in at $174.
There you go. So, yeah, again, very happy, very comfortable, very kind of, easygoing. I loved them for the fact that, well, now I've changed the wire, but they come with two different wires. One that's kind of curly and, kind of like a stretchy thing. I actually might have it. No, I don't have it. And the other one is just a regular wire. But I loved it in the other setup we had. It just worked perfectly for me when the wire was just kind of retreating itself back. That was really nice. So...
Yeah, absolutely. DT770 Pros, by the way, I didn't mention the price in there, comparable to Isabella's set, about $150, somewhere around that mark. So not bad.
There you go. Yeah.
You got 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left to get your free jingles in this free Jingle Friday. Isabella, for those who are watching and are brand new, we better just remind. I just wanted to shout out a few more people in the chat today. I wanted to mention Doug, who says, I just got some AKG headphones a few days ago. Nice one. That's really cool. Good to explain because I wanted to say, wow, the mic is great. Good brands. And it's amazing, actually, if you compare my microphone, which is nearly $1,000, to one that's 5 times cheaper, that's Isabella's. Speak, Isabella.
Well, this is me.
There's not much of a difference, really.
No. Well, not in this room, I guess. I mean, our room at the moment is not yet, it doesn't have a full...
sound treatment.
Sound treatment, yeah.
Although what I will say is, the walls don't have sound treatment, but since we've moved things around in the room, I think acoustically things have got better anyway.
Yeah, I think they have.
Yeah, because before I was sitting opposite the glass door. So anyway, you keep talking, Isabella. I'm just going to go and check some of the stuff coming in.
Okay, yeah, you go ahead. So, effectively... the audio treatment is coming, but the microphone's quality is very good, so very highly recommended. I can see quite a few of you is asking about Mike's desk. He is going to cover this in one of the videos coming out very, very soon. It's not a custom desk, as some of you thought might be. It's actually a brand that specifically does desks for audio production. So we will cover all of that in the upcoming videos, so don't worry, this is to come. And there is so much more as well that you will indulge in as we bring it in to you. So, yeah. Very nice. Yeah.
Very, very nice. So we're going to get down to recording in about 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes. So we really have not got that long left. You can get in a free script now. You can post it in the chat and we'll do our best to voice it for you. If you want something produced, place a super chat via YouTube. Patrick says my mic is popping. Pop, 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 pop. Probably need to sit off axis a little bit.
Also, John is asking, when will be your next production class, Mike? As in, I presume it's John is asking about the audio production masterclasses that you've been holding.
What's the current status on those, Isabella?
So there are a couple of things. So I know John is probably referring to the kind of exclusive masterclasses that you held to, your YouTube subscribers and our mailing list subscribers. And we did, I think, 2 or 3 earlier this year. So that was towards March, April, I want to say. And we probably will do one towards the end of the year. Am I going to be far off if I say that will be the case? Yep. But the courses are open all the time. So if you would like to take one of Mike's courses and learn all about audio production or podcast production, simply head over to mrc.fm/learn. mrc.fm/learn. There are really well-structured, detailed courses available that you can take now. Access to them is open essentially all the time. So
yeah, definitely. So head on over. I would love to help you up your audio game. But right now, Isabella, you know what that sound means, don't you?
I do.
1 minute left.
1 minute left, and I can see all the super chats coming in. We are going to have lots of production.
Nice. Really looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to get down to producing a lot of your jingles very soon, and all the super chats will get prioritized and produced here on the live stream. Plus, any free scripts you post, we'll do our best to get them all in as well, Isabella. So exciting.
Yeah.
You got 20 seconds left. 20 seconds left to get your script
in.
And then stand by. We are going to be doing some great production. I know Dominic is doing a sterling job in the background, collating together all of the scripts that you've been posting so we can go ahead and voice and produce them. But stand by, because 5 seconds to go. Yes, 5 seconds.
Phew. That was good. You got it. You got it. You're in. So, but from now on, that's it.
That is it. All right. So.
I could see, I can't, oh, there it is. Marty is asking if we are both going to be at Podcast Movement 2019. Well, yes and no, not both. Mike is going to be there. If you are going to be at Podcast Movement
I'll be at
just
Podcast Movement.
a few weeks, you can find Mike with the Adobe team at the Adobe stand booth. He's also giving a talk about effectively taking your podcast sound to the next level. So make sure to go and check it out.
You bet. No, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Really.
I might just put in a few bits of merch in your luggage. So if he will allow me to, I will just put some things so you'll be able to.
If you can fit it into my carry-on. All right, shall we hop over to Adobe Audition right now and see what we can get done? Let's start up a new multi-track. Got to say, it's really hot here on the Isle of Wight today as well. Like, really hot.
It is actually, and I've got
sweating with these headphones on. At the
I've got the sun shining right at me, and I can feel it.
Even more for you. I'm going to take the headphones off until I really need them. So it's 2019 0802, and I'm going to start up using, of course, my Adobe Audition presets. Here they are, looking really cool and funky.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of Adobe Audition presets going on there. This is what I use to regularly produce all my jingles and do it with speed.
John is asking, what's Mr. Clive up to, Mike? What
Mr. Clive? You're asking about Mr. Clive?
Yeah.
At this time of the day? It's far too hot for Mr. Clive today. I'm out lording it up with some pims, and later on I'll be having some champagne down at the yacht club and just watching people sailing. I don't actually do any sailing, I just watch people sail.
Nice. Yes, that sums Mr. Clive up to the T. So Debbie is just asking, where is the podcast workshop on? If you would like to see our courses, they are at mrc.fm/learn. I'm just posting a link to it now for you both on Facebook and YouTube. So yes.
What if you want to grab the presets that I'm using to mix stuff up? Where do you go to get them? Is
mrc.fm/presets. Obviously, the presets you are using here are for specifically audio production, but we do have presets for podcast production too. So they are high. Well, if you use Adobe Audition, I mean, that's literally the way to go. So
that's awesome. Right, we've got a lot of super chats. Do you want to sort by super chat so we can prioritize those?
Sorry, it's my job.
When you've done that, we can finally hop over into Adobe Audition.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's a lot.
A lot of super chats. Hang on a minute, because the spreadsheet is broken.
And we're very grateful for all of these super chats, by the way.
I need to fix the super chat thing. So there we go.
So we're going to rifle through these. I'm going to start recording. We're going to start recording them, and then I'll start producing. So let's go. Ooh, starting with Isabella.
Okay. Okay, sorry. Tune into Pistol Packing. Tune into Pistol Packing, Patty's favorite country classic picks, straight from the vault. Every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Blind Cafe Radio, the station that raises Cain.
Playing nothing but the best in classic new wave, post-punk and ska. This is the original alternative 80s podcast.
Bringing you the best rock and metal hits of all time. This is DJ Piper and DJ Cyanide.
Cyanide.
No. Say it again?
Cyanide,
sorry. Bringing you the best rock and metal hits of all time. This is DJ Piper and DJ Cyanide on Synergy Sounds Radio.
Who Radio with Stevie J and Stephen Wrangles, the show that promotes unsigned bands and artists where everyone gets a chance.
You are now rocking with DJ Piper and DJ Cyanide live on Synergy Sounds Radio. Send your requests to us at the studio using the website chat room.
This is Club Classics with DJ Piper. Let's party.
Reliving the 90s one more time. This is 90s Flashback. Get ready for the music you grew up with here on Radio Litchfield.
This is the Garner Fox mixtape on GarnerFoxMusic.com.
Hitting the #1 spot on the air. We are the Bomb Radio. We don't just play your music, but we bomb.
Get ready. DJ Jake is going live in 3, 2, 1. You're tuned into Cargo FM. Make sure to send in your requests now.
It's the morning show with Craig Satchwell on 99.2 Hermitage FM.
Why not get a soundtrack for your theme park today? Your Score, the theme park audio company.
It's not just about books, buses, and butts. This is your assistant principal resource. Oh, sorry. It's the Saturday night dance party. All your favorite high energy and new wave dance music on Retroactive Radio.
I'll do the first bit, you do the second. Your station for always the best music.
You are listening to Jim in Mountain Country.
New Australian music. Alert from Australian artist Tones and I. This is Johnny Runaway. Crunchy FM, new music first.
If you are here, you are in Nerd Nation.
Crunchy FM's theme train. Can you guess the theme?
Join your host, Julie, Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern for her Tiki Bar tunes, only on Blind Cafe Radio. Sorry, I will do this one again. Join your host, Julie, Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Time for her Tiki Bar tunes, only on Blind Cafe Radio, the station that raises Cain.
Your favorite music on your favorite radio, DYNS 103.7 Kiss FM, Catamaran. Your #1 music variety radio station.
Only the best behind the steel wheels. DJ Wiz T-Bone is now in the mix.
For the best in Northern Soul, this is DJ Piper.
Your #1 station for all the hits, Crunchy FM.
Again and again, you're tuned to the best DJ Nelson.
You are with the Scratch Grandmaster, DJ Storm.
Radio 1 Iraq, for the love of music.
DJ 1, from the heart of Kuwait to the world, 90.4 Marina FM.
We are streaming live from the Safety FM Roadshow now.
From DJP Ranks to the world. Sorry.
Turning up the power to the max, it's Dave Rhodes mixing it up on RTI.
I love this. I love this mix. DJP Ranks.
Nothing but the best music. 102 LA. There we go. Isabella, over to you while I cut these up.
Thank you. Oh gosh, that was really cool. I really enjoy recording our scripts. They are always so much fun. Thank you so much. And I can see some new scripts are coming in, the script in the chat. And thank you so much to Doug for being on it and just posting script requests are now closed. Thank you. That is true. You do have to be here early. So we will, well, I say we, but actually next week it will just be Mike. So next week...
Solo.
It will be a solo Mike and Mr. Clive. I'm sure Mr. Clive will join in. So you won't be alone, Mike. You know, Mr. Clive will keep you company, I'm sure.
Don't know. That's the kind of company I want to keep.
So next week it will be just Mike. And then week after that, there will actually not be a show because you will be at Podcast Movement.
You bet. You bet. You bet.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've just recorded all the super chats, by the way. There is still going to be a recording time for all the other scripts. So this is by no means this isn't over. So right now, Mike is loading his Adobe Audition and the presets, and he's going to jump on producing everything we've just recorded. Once we finish that, we will still record. There is still a ton of scripts for us to cover. So don't worry, if you haven't heard your script, it doesn't mean it's not going to be recorded.
That's correct.
Yep. Are you still loading?
Yeah, still working away.
Still loading. And I've seen earlier on, I've seen some comments about my leopards, and somebody said that, are those leopards being really naughty?
It looks like it, doesn't it?
Looks like it. But I don't think that's the case. They look like, so if you, I don't know whether I can, is that better? I wonder whether you can see it. Kind of, probably not, actually. I probably need to do it the other way.
Someone was asking about your furry chair cover as well.
Yeah. So, no, I've just not turned it the right way. But effectively, I can't turn my chair any further this way. But the leopards are kind of leaning in, and they look like they are hunting something. So it's kind of like they are trying to get into the hunt for them. But there is a lovely story on them. I don't know how much time I have, so I can tell the story.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Go ahead and tell the story for sure.
So the leopards, actually, they are actually made by apparently quite a well-known person. His name is Carl Tutor. They have been in my family since the Second World War.
Wow.
And the story behind it is, so they traveled with me from Poland. The story behind them is that during the war, when obviously Poland was heavily occupied by Germans, my grandma lived in Warsaw, and she had lots of obviously friends in there. And one of her friends, this is really disturbing. Thanks, Mike.
Sorry, I was playing sound effects. Yes.
I know, but I can hear it.
I'll stop that while you tell the story.
Essentially, a friend of my grandma who was Jewish asked our family to look after quite a lot of different things for them during the war, and that included the leopards. Obviously, you know, Germans took everything from Jewish people in those times. So we've looked after, well, I say we, our family looked after quite a lot of possessions for that specific family. And as a thank you token, they left the leopards to say thank you for looking after, you know, after the war, when the war has finished, and, you know, we've given them back what we stored. The leopards were left to say thank you. So they mean a lot. They've traveled a long way to be here. So, yeah.
Very cool. All right. Yeah. We are indeed ready. So if you're good, I'm going to hop over here, get my headphones on, and get into some serious editing. So let's have a look at what we got.
Serious editing coming up. Tune in to Pistol Packing, Patty.
That's a funny one.
Straight from the vault. Every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Blind Cafe Radio, the station.
Okay, so let's start cutting and mixing over here. Let's see what we can do. So we'll start off here and bring this in, and we need some other kind of effects here. Let's go to electric is always a good place.
Tune in. Tune in to Pistol Packing.
Just going to make a few edits here so we can get this all sounding really nice. Place this in the right position. This is the beauty of the presets that I'm using. You can quickly play around and shape the sound, place in the effects you want, and get something that sounds good.
Brit Country Classic Straight from the vault.
That's going to go down here, and we're going to zoom that up a little bit like that.
King Patty's favorite country classic fix. Straight from the vault.
Okay, we need another effect here. Let's pop that in there and pull that over.
Classic fix. Straight from the vault. Every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern.
And then ending here.
Blind Cafe Radio, the station that raises Cain.
And that's essentially how it works. Isabel, you might want to talk about those presets for a second.
Yeah, so presets are super easy to use, as you can see. It's literally a drag and drop solution for those of you who are using Adobe Audition and would like to speed up the processes or simply level them up. They are available at mrc.fm/presets.
And the same with sound effects as well. mrc.fm/SFX to grab all of the effects that I'm using in this live stream right now, like these.
Playing nothing but the best in class. Playing nothing but the best in classic new wave, post-punk and ska.
That's perfect. And then the final thing.
This is the original alternative 80s pod. This is the original.
Let's just cut that in like this.
This is the original alternative 80s podcast.
Go on, Isabella. You sound like you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I was just going to say that once the jingles have been made, they will be available for you to download at mrc.fm/FJF. We upload them after the live stream has finished. It's just to make sure that obviously we don't interfere in any way with the connection so that the live stream can continue.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Indeed. Let's keep going.
Bringing you the best rock and metal hits of all time.
Oh, that's a good delivery, and I can play with that.
Oh, thanks. All time. It's of all time. I don't like that. No, don't make me sound like a weirdo. All time.
This is DJ Piper and DJ Kiana.
Oh, made a mistake. Let's correct the retake.
On Synergy Sound. DJ Piper and DJ Cyanide.
That's the one, DJ Cyanide. Let's grab that take. It's all right to mix those two together, I think.
And DJ Piper and DJ Piper and DJ Cyanide.
And then there we need to punctuate it with a sound effect.
Cyanide on
Move that down. Actually move that up.
Cyanide on Synergy Sounds Radio.
And that's how we roll. That's the kind of stuff.
How we roll.
We make, so.
The Bad Boy says the presets are too good. And Dev Trend says Mike's presets are the best.
Oh,
Thank
thanks.
you very much.
Thank you so much for saying that. That's really, really cool. Let's move in now and get started with this.
Who Radio with...
And by the way, I was going to say, whenever, as has happened in the past, whenever an Adobe update comes for Audition, I'm always on it, like making sure that the presets work with the latest version of Audition and that they, you know, take full advantage of any new features or effects that have been introduced. So it's very much a set of presets for you if you're working on the Creative Cloud. Yes, they may well work with, you know, CS6 and CS 5.5, although we totally don't support them, and we say that, you know, on the checkout page, you know, only supported latest version of Adobe Audition CC. But that is also a benefit, of course, because you get to follow with the latest trends and have the latest workflow template. So yeah, I always enjoy updating them. And whenever there's a huge Adobe release and something new comes down the pipe, like, you know, the next version of Audition, then I have a field day sort of upgrading all the presets. It's good fun.
That's
Who
nice.
Radio
Can I
with...
just say, Mike, you have to stop waving your hands because they get cut in where the green screen finishes.
Yeah, I got my camera like positioned in a weird way today, and I can't kind of get it right.
Aww.
No, I know, it's like,
That's all right. That's okay.
It used to be a bit better, but it's, yeah.
Boa Fred says, say hi to me. Well, hi to you.
Hi.
Also, a show that promotes unsigned bands and artists. Everyone gets a chance.
Hang on, that's a bit. Just move this glitchy thing in here.
Everyone gets a chance.
There we go. Right, let's move this jingle in. Like I say, very, very grateful that so many of you have come in and given us so many jingles to create. That's always fun when you keep us busy with lots of super chats, which obviously directly help support the stream as well, which is really nice.
You are now rocking with DJ Piper.
DJ Piper. DJ Piper, thank you for all the support and contributions.
And DJ Cyanide. Live on Synergy. Live on Cyanide. Live on Synergy Sounds Radio. Send your requests to Send your requests to us us at the studio using the website chat room.
And then we're just going to chop this up a little bit so it fits perfectly.
Chat room.
There we go. Perfect. Fade out at the end. Nice. Good job. Let's save this. So we got like the worst thing is for a live stream for the whole multi-track session to disappear. That's one thing we want to not present to you. Definitely don't want to present it to you. Should definitely be doing that when you're mixing big multi-track sessions. Save.
This is Club. This is Club. This is Club.
Right, we're going to move this up here.
This is Club Classics with DJ Piper. Let's party.
And we're going to double you there.
Let's party. Let's party.
T. Time for another cup of tea. Tea. Lovely. After that short break, we'll get back to it.
Cup of tea.
Tea. Yeah. That's a nice drone. Let's play that one.
Reliving the 90s.
Oh, that sounds good, doesn't it?
Reliving the 90s.
We're going to just do this.
Reliving the 90s one more time. Is this? Is this? Is 90s flash. This is 90s flashback. Get ready for the music you grew up with.
Make that a little bit different.
Get ready for the music you grew up with. Here on Radio Litchfield.
Didn't want to do that. Wanted to do that.
Up with here on Radio Litchfield.
Nice little drone into the background. Just fade off at the end. Save that all nicely. Good. Okay. We're rocking here. We're rocking.
The bad boy says Mr. Clive is in the mix with the cup of tea.
Tea. In the mix.
This is the Ghana Fox mixtape on. This is the Ghana Fox mixtape on. This is the Ghana. This is the Ghana Fox mixtape on Ghana Fox. GhanaFoxMusic.com.
We've got obviously a fade out coming up there.
Is the Ghana Fox mixtape on GhanaFoxMusic.com.
Hitting the #1 spot on the.
More lovely sound effects from our MRC library here. Pulling them in.
Hitting the #1 spot on the air. We are the. We are the Bomb Radio.
I think, can I say something? John says, you guys need to sell Mr. Clive t-shirt. And
so cool.
Somebody else earlier mentioned the Rank Blancas t-shirt, so it maybe should be Mr. Clive Rank Blancas.
That's nice. Good idea.
We don't just play your music, but we bomb.
That's a really cool idea. Yeah, Mr. Clive merch. Now that's something.
But we bomb.
Yeah.
That's definitely, you might be onto something there. Who was that who mentioned that, Isabella?
It's John Lombardo.
Really, really cool idea. Any other good stuff going on in the chat? I'm just going to take a little break while you kind of check in with what's going on there.
Yeah, no, just a few questions coming in, but I kind of replied them on the fly in the chat, which is really nice. When you do your super whizzy production, I can easily
away,
do that.
right?
Yeah, sorry.
You're in there chatting away.
I'm in here chatting away, indeed. So, yes, and Jim is asking about the link to download, which Dominic has already posted. So
Nice.
thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We can't speak today, can we?
No, we
Much.
can't. It's the heat. Blame the heat. Can you see this blazing sunshine?
The heat
coming
is
through the window right on me.
Today.
So,
Full on. Right, let's get back to it.
Get ready. DJ Jake is going live in 3, 2, 1. Your tune. DJ Jake is going. Jake is going live in 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. You're tuned into Cargo. You're tuned into. You're tuned into Cargo FM. Make sure to send. Make sure to send in your requests now.
can I ask a question? It's just for the chat to kind of
Yeah, sure.
buzz in there. I've been recently working on the voice of God, kind of different deliveries and looking into kind of the epic people.
The voice of God.
The voice of God.
Morgan
but I'm curious.
Freeman.
Okay, so everybody knows the male counterparts of the voice of God, but I'm curious whether you can name any like amazing females that are in that space. So yeah, just kind of a little something to throw in there.
Yeah, actually, there was a movie not too long ago called In a World. Obviously, it's thrown back to the great late Don LaFontaine, who kind of coined that phrase in all of those epic movie trailers he did. He did some really famous ones, like I'm sure he did the movie trailer for Die Hard with Bruce Willis in.
Oh yeah.
In a World, or something like that.
Well, I know, but I want the females though.
Yeah, no, but there's a movie. There is a movie. I remember because I saw the trailer for it. It was about a year or two ago, and the movie was called In a World, and it's all about a female voiceover. It's quite funny, actually, if I recall correctly.
Oh, yeah, we did see it. I quite remember.
Yeah,
it was
just trying to remember
what's her
exactly.
name?
2013. My goodness, I thought that was a couple of years ago. That's like a lot of years ago.
That is a lot of.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that movie, it's just called In a World,
Yeah.
and you should watch it. It's all about voiceover. It's quite funny as well.
Yeah.
So, and that stars a female voiceover who's trying to make it as the voice actor in that kind of place.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a good question though. So let's
Well, there you go. Yeah. So that would be Carol. Her name is.
have to look these up. Meanwhile,
No, Lake Bell. Her name is. So.
I shall crack
Anyway,
on.
so I would be curious if you can name a good female voices. So.
Yes, indeed.
It's the morning show with Craig Satchwell. Satchwell on 99.2 Hermitage FM.
Point to who? There we go. Let's bring this in. I love how these sessions, after a while, they kind of look like a work of art, don't they? They look amazing.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Why not get
it's like playing Tetris.
Why not get
It is literally like playing Tetris. You know, it's like the organization of audio blocks.
back for your theme park today? Your
No, that's going in the crisper.
score, the theme park audio company.
Yeah, that's veg. That's definitely veg. Stick it in the crisper.
Hey, your score, the theme park audio company.
See, everything comes out nice and crispy when you stick it in the crisper, Isabella.
Crisper.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, I should rename that preset. It's actually called Voice EQ. Very, very boring kind of name for the preset. Maybe I should call it Crisper.
Crisper.
Or Voice Crisper. Maybe in version 3.0 when I introduce new effects and rejiggle it a little bit. Version 3.0, by the way, will be out before the end of the year. I can say that much. And yeah, maybe I'll rename that effect to Voice Crisper.
Oh, you should make it like voice 260C or something like that. Like
Yeah,
260 degrees,
that's it. 10,000 watts.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it. Right, let's get on here. We're going to move this in here and this in here. We're actually kind of crushing through these quite nicely.
Yeah.
It's not just about books,
It's not just about books.
buses, and butts. This is your
Whoops. And then we're going back here to this. Need to tighten that up a little bit.
resource.
And it's worth to state, Isabella, this is not how fast we usually turn around orders or how quick we spend on jingles. This is just a quick, hasty example so you can get your jingles that you've super chatted for during the duration of this live stream.
Absolutely. Steve says Power Voice Crisper. I like that.
Power Voice Crisper, yes.
Yeah.
And Andrew says, Mike, just referenced an awesome movie in a world. There's a reference number on IMDb if you want to look it up.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, Andrew has posted the kind of linky or the IMDb linky.
Yeah.
So that's super, super helpful. I'm not sure what that's in relation to, but just looking at a couple of chat comments now. JXK3 says, Mike, remember to save. Do you know what that's in relation to?
Just save the session.
Oh, yeah. That's referring to my
Save.
earlier mention.
Yeah.
Remember to save. Steve Martin likes it. The Power Voice Crisper. The Power Voice Crisper. Colin says it's a cool 18C here in Northumberland, up in northern England today. Send the heat up from the Isle of Wight. Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what, we'll have all your furniture and you can have all our heat. How does that sound? You send us all your book storage cases down here and we'll send you our sun up there. Is that cool?
That is really, really cool. That is cool. And thank you to John for the female voice suggestion. We'll check her out. So, Leslie Uggams. I don't think I've heard of her, but she might be the one.
Right. Let's crack on.
It's the Saturday night dance party.
I love the Saturday night dance party.
All your favorite
We're going to do something cool. We're just going to stretch that bit.
music on Retroactive Radio.
Well, that's quite a cool name for a radio station. Retroactive Radio. I like that.
Nice.
Let's see what we got next here.
Your station for always the best music.
You are listening to Jim in
That was a double header one, wasn't it? So let's get both of those in over here.
Soundman Media is asking if we're going to record any more today. Yes, we are. So stand by.
Don't worry.
Don't
we
go.
always confuse people there by not doing the free jingles first. We always do the lovely super chats. But we do get round to doing the free jingles as well, so fear not.
Your station for always the best music.
You are listening to Jim in Mountain Country.
Can actually probably do with just tightening up that bit there.
Jim in Mountain Country.
Yeah, that's much better. Okay, onwards and upwards. Here we go. Let's pull this one in here.
I like how you named the Free Jingle Friday today. This is a gigantic Free Jingle Friday.
Well, yeah, that's me naming the live streams. I have to think of something original every time. So sometimes I say Free Jingle Friday has landed. Kind of just depends what mood I'm in. I especially like posting it on Facebook. You have noticed that my green screen looks really wonky today, doesn't it? Oh dear, oh dear, oh look at that. The green screen's going away.
What are you doing?
Sorry, I don't know. Something's funky with my green screen. Whoa, that's so weird, isn't it?
That actually looks so funny.
Oh, it's breaking. The stream is breaking.
No, actually, it looks like you are being pushed off the camera. You know, it actually looks really funny.
Maybe I should just go to this view. Yeah, let's just screw the green screen today. Let's just go for that view, shall we? Should we go for that view?
I don't know, what do you mean? Like a view?
This view that is on the screen right now. I'm just going to update my hotkey button. This is going to be Isabella. This is going to be Mike. I'm just not going to bother with the green screen anymore because, frankly, since we've moved into this new studio, we've been in the studio for a while, but as you know, we've transformed it. That's my latest YouTube video. Go and watch it. But I haven't quite got the angles right.
I bet you feel quite boring without the nice.
Oh, I know all your
knickknacks and
knickknacks. Well, I can do that, and I can talk to that camera, but there's no shelves behind me. Anyway, if you want that story again, rewind the live video to about 20 minutes in, and then you'll get the story. You get the lowdown on that. I actually I like this better than what I had a second ago, than the green screen trying to do the MRC logo and stuff.
Yeah.
This just looks nicer, so I'm going to stick with this. Oh, now it looks bad when I'm producing. Hang on,
oh my!
There we go.
You're
Green screen
breaking
back
things
on.
today.
I'm
What's wrong
things.
with you?
Anyway, back to it. Where are we? We're about here, and we're going to get this in here.
Hilarious.
It is hilarious.
Hilarious.
Anyway, as long as we can stream live, and as long as you can watch us at the other end, everything is good, right?
Soundman Media asks, does Ride bus station still smell of chips? That's the random question, the most random question of the live stream.
Yes, it does. And it has, there's a Ride Pier Cafe, and there's the old train from London Underground, and there's a little souvenir shop there. Yeah, it's got a fair few amount of chippies around Ride Pier, and it's just a nice place, actually. It's lovely. When the sun's out and the tide is out, whoa, no better place on the Isle of Wight than Ride Beach.
That is really, really lovely. Do you know, can I just say, before you all resume...
It's kind of like Venice Beach in LA.
Can I just say something before you resume?
Go on.
I've just noticed that because as we live stream, I have obviously quite a lot of windows open in my on my desk, and I've just seen an email come up in my inbox from one of our really long-standing clients, and it's just it came out of the blue, which is really lovely.
That's nice.
And it's an email from Mike Stelzner, who is the director of Social Media Examiner and Social Media Marketing World. So huge shout out to the team there. We've been working with Social Media Examiner for years now, and he's just sent me a testimonial, like without asking for it, which is really lovely.
That's
and
really
he
nice.
just says, feel free to use that under your podcast production services. Music radio production services are a turnkey solution for my social media marketing podcast. I literally Dropbox them the files, and they sew it all together and make...
Sew it, Isabella. Come on, let's get it right. Sew it.
They sew it all together and make the show come to life. So thank you so much, Mike. That's really, really lovely. But it just made me smile and made me really happy. So
that's so lovely. And it's nice. It is nice when you get like random emails in your inbox from people just saying nice things. That's kind of random acts of kindness, which I definitely...
Which is really lovely. So it's a big shout out to the team them. If you haven't checked them out, and if social media is something that you use for your for your station, your podcast, your DJ career, then you have to check out Social Media Examiner. They literally cover anything that's worth to cover with regards to the latest news in the social media world. So yeah.
All right, let's crack on because we got lots to do.
New Australian music. Alert from Australian artist Tones and I. This is Johnny Runaway. GFM New Music First.
Okay, we're just going to rock that up a bit, move that out a bit, move that over a bit.
Alert from Australian...
That's better. And then over here.
You are here. You are in Nerd Nation.
It's quite cool. Nerd Nation, huh? Let's chop some of those endings off here.
Crunchy FM's theme train. Can you guess the theme?
Not too bad. All right. Onwards and onwards and onwards as we continue with this lovely production session that we're having right now. It's drag and drop, drag and drop.
Join your host, Julie, Thursdays at 5 p.m. Host Julie, Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern. For head tiki. Eastern for head tiki bar. Eastern for head tiki bar tunes.
Oh yeah, you did a second.
Tiki bar tunes only on Blind Cafe Radio, the station that. Only on Blind Cafe Radio.
And then the station that races
on Blind Cafe Radio. The station that...
Need another
on Blind Cafe Radio. The station that raises King.
Okay. We're doing these. Lots of really good super chat requests today. Gotta say it.
Yeah.
So yeah, next week I'm on my own, Isabella, doing this on my own.
Are you scared?
Who was it who sung On My Own? Come on, in the chat right now, who was it who sung On My Own? On My Own.
That is not how it went.
I have to dig out the classics. Andrew Gold, Lonely Boy. Mr. Clive can sing that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, what a lonely boy.
Seriously.
Yeah?
Mr. Clive is a legend, honestly.
Oh, I know another one that Mr. Clive's got in his repertoire.
Are you lonesome tonight?
Who's Mr. Clive, by the way, for anyone who's new to this stream? Who is Mr. Clive?
And that's it. Who knows Mr. Clive here? Hands up. That's it.
Yeah, hands up in the chat if you know Mr. Clive. Oh, yeah, he was actually just a few weeks ago, he was singing hot songs because it was particularly hot outside and it's hot again. So I think Mr. Clive might sing.
It's getting hot in here.
It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot, I better take my clothes off.
Oh dear, oh dear. All right, so to anybody who doesn't know who
Hang on,
Mr.
hang on.
Clive is.
Olay, 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 feeling hot, hot, hot.
Yeah?
Oh dear, dear, dear. All right, so to anybody who doesn't know,
Hot town, summer in the city, back of my neck getting dirt and gritty.
Yeah? Okay, enough. Who is Mr. Clive?
who is Mr. Clive? Exactly. Well, this is the question we keep asking ourselves here in the studio too. But Mr. Clive was born as a
sponsor, mascot of MRC. Actually, he'd make a good sponsor. He's probably got a few pennies, hasn't he?
Yeah, he would. Since he's loading it up in the yacht clubs, then yes.
Yeah, he does all right.
Yeah. So Mr. Clive is the weekly guest on the show. He appears, makes silly comments, and just
sings tunes, tries to sing tunes.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Hang on, let's get back to this.
Only the best behind the steel wheels. DJ Wiz T-Bone is now in the mix.
Yeah, that's quite nice. Onwards. Gosh, we have got a ton of super chats here, which we're super grateful for. Always super grateful when you do these super chats.
For the best in Northern Soul, this is DJ Piper.
Let's do a little bit of echo there on DJ.
Is DJ Piper.
Cool. That sounds just fantastic. We're just going to move some of those up here so we can do a bit more producing. Bing. Save. Yes. Always save your sessions. Right. Let's move this up. Okay. What we got next? Izzy Wizzy. Let's get busy. Yeah.
Izzy Wizzy, yes. Steve says,
Who knows what Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy. Who knows where that comes from? In the chat now, if you know. Izzy Wizzy.
Fame.
Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy. Where does that come from?
Steve says Mr. Clive and Mrs. Jive. I like that.
Mr. Clive and Mrs. Jive. That could work.
That could work, although I do need to work on the character for it, though.
Yes.
And I don't think I have one yet.
Indeed. But, you know, you're getting there.
Oh, they say Sooty.
Oh, there you go.
Well, somebody says Bob the Builder.
There are some
Could be
people
Bob the
of
Builder.
my age who remember that
There
kind
you
of
go.
stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Right, let's get back to it. And yes, Izzy Wizzy. Let's say the magic words, Izzy.
Magic words.
Let's say the magic words.
What are the magic words?
Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy. And then here we go. Then we've got the all the jingles.
All the hits.
All the jingles are magically
And all
created.
the hits.
Look at that, Sooty. All the jingles are magically created.
Your number one station for all the hits. Crunchy FM.
Again and again, you're tuned to the DJ Nelson. DJ Nelson. DJ Nelson.
Putting this one in here.
You are with the Scratch Grandmaster, DJ Storm.
That's quite an enticing jingle. I like that one. Let's move this one up here.
You are with the Scratch Grandmaster, DJ Storm.
That's definitely going there. There's nowhere else for it but there. And this is going over here.
This is going here. This is going there. This is going everywhere.
DJ One. From the heart of Kuwait to the world. Kuwait to the world. Kuwait to the world.
To the world.
To the world. 90.4 Marina FM.
That's going to go to a soft fade there. Zip. Yeah.
Radio 1 Iraq, for the love of music.
So nearly there now. Just
So
get these done.
nearly there.
You might want to start sorting the spreadsheet to show the free jingles, Isabella.
I already have.
Great. Ahead of the game.
Indeed.
We are streaming live from the Safety FM Roadshow. From the Safety FM Roadshow now.
Now. You could have the voice of God.
Now.
Now.
Thank you.
Now.
From DJP ranks to the world.
To the world. A lot of people said to the world today, didn't they? In a world.
DJP ranks to the world. Sorry.
What? Sorry.
Because I went
Turning
like,
up the power.
you know.
Turning up the power to the max. Turning up the power to the max. It's Dave Rowe. Turning up the power to the max. Turning up the power to the max. It's Dave Rhodes mixing it up on RTI.
Right, let's see how we're doing here. This is good. 2 more jingles to produce.
I love this. I love this mix. DJ P ranks. I love this mix. I love this mix. DJ P ranks.
And final one over here.
Wow, wow, wow.
Nothing but the best music. Nothing but the best music. 102 to LA. There we go.
There we go. As the voice says there, there we go.
There we go.
All done. Back to you, Isabella.
Back to me. In that case, well, we are ready to record in just a minute. I presume you are mixing it now, right?
Do you know what? We can just go straight in. I'm just going to save this multi-track session. I'm going to start a brand new multi-track session over here and make sure we've got no template. And then I'm going to arm to record both of these tracks, stick on our mics on different channels. And then if you've got You got the scripts, Iz?
I do, and I guess I would get started since that kind of is dictated by the order.
Let's fire away.
The order of things.
Free jingles coming up now.
By the way, just as something really, as a side note, I was watching Morgan Freeman talk about his voice of God, and he said that his secret is lots of yawning.
Oh, cool.
Yawns.
The voice of God. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I can see his point. Yeah, go on.
You see? There you go.
Off you go.
Radio Mega Villa Putsu.
HotFM.ro. This summer is hot at Hot FM.
It's time to tune into Pistol Packing Patty Specs. This week's Specs is from our country vault.
24 hours of the best electronic music from the world. You're listening to LCFM, Little Creatures Radio, live across Kennedy Town every Thursday night.
This is Unruly DJs on the ones and twos, locked and reloaded.
I'll do the next two. We'll be right back after this message. DJ Keemelkax, Lord of the Mix.
I think it's Keemikaux.
Okay. DJ Keemikaux, Lord of the Mix.
Radio Reef FM Lebanon. Richie B, Reggae Fridays. Live radio network streaming 24/7. Weekend Gold with Tony Worrell on RBFM 87.8. It's Country on Lincoln City Radio with Ray Burgess.
You're hanging with Jim in Mountain Country. Always the best music. Hit music right now on 102 LA. Hunter's Happy Hour, Side B. Let's go.
This is the test transmission from Guernsey Community Radio, GCR.
That's nice. We were talking about the Channel Islands earlier.
We were.
Please welcome live to the stage Louis Morehouse and Liv Elwood.
I think it's Morehouse.
Please welcome to the stage Louis Morehouse and Liv Elwood. Hopefully one of those is right.
You are listening to Radio Pulpit on 657 AM, your daily companion.
Thanks for tuning in to Country 935 Evening Show. And now here's your DJ.
The Time Scoop Mystery Years. So what was the year?
Selector Varun. Go on. Tweefo Man.
Tweefo Man FM 105. Tweefo Man FM 105.3, connecting the community.
Dilly Dally Hi-Fi, my selector's choice.
DJ Ryan is mixing it live.
River D Radio, coming to you from Royal Deeside. River D Radio, coming to you from Royal Deeside, Scotland. Let's go back and forth on this one. The Friday Night Mix.
Each and every Friday night.
With Joe and Richie D.
Kickstarting your weekend off.
In style, with dance house, R&B and old school.
From 9 p.m. BST to 1 a.m. BST.
This is Country Beat, the best of grandpa country music, remixed just for you. You're listening to Blue Jeans, Bell Bottoms and Hairspray with Titchgan and Duval.
You are listening to the one and only finest Najat on Kesme 107.1 FM. Andy on air. You are now in the mix with DJ Shan.
Deaf Dog Roadshow. It's the dogs, Scotty and Deaf Dog Roadshow.
We introduced new talent every week on Page Radio, the true chapter of music.
Iscodini Vox is a Bucks fan podcast exploring views from supporters at Orlando Stadium, social media, and across the land, amplifying the ghost.
DJ Calm, the whiz behind the tracks.
Next, new music with Ben Stride on RadioGJ.com.
911 every Monday to Friday. Start from 9 till 11 p.m. with Danny Garcia, only on 103.6 FM. So don't miss it.
Flashback.
Live from Hua Hin, Thailand, you're listening to Andy Curtis on the Marriott Breakfast Show on Surf 102.5 FM.
He's got the passion and he's got the flair. This is DJ Passion in the mix.
This is the silly world of Mark, the Soundman.
Thunder Radio. We play hits from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and today, your number one hit music station.
These are your Friday Drive home bangers with Ollie on Friday Drive Time.
Tucane's Restaurant, authentic Latin cuisine. Come to see us, Tucane's Restaurant.
The best Sunday morning music brought to you by Peter DeWitt.
Selector KMA is in the mix.
Loading 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's time to go live. Sit back and welcome to Cortec Games Streaming Live.
Well, that was a good one.
South Africa, stand up. The Charlie D beats are here and taking over.
You've missed one. Nigel Kerr. He's not old. He's 25 with added experience. On 107.8 FM and online. This is Beverly FM, the sound of East Yorkshire.
The hits just keep on coming.
This is River Mix Radio. Visit us online at skymtnradio.com.
That's it. We're done for today. Thank you very much for joining us in live. If you made it onto the live stream, it's been wonderful to talk to you. And I will be back. I will be back next time. Isabella's away next Free Jingle Friday, but you can guarantee I'll be here. So Isabella will continue to make the home studio upgrades, right?
We will. And hopefully Mike will get his shelves. If I order them. If I want to order
Finally,
them.
I'll put you on the button. We'll get something sorted out.
We
will.
Yeah. But we are continuing doing things in here, and stand by for more content. If you haven't seen it already, there is a new video on this channel you should watch now.
Yes.
And do let us
youtube.com/musicradiocreative.
Perfect. And let us know in the comments of that video what you think. We would love to know your opinion.
See you later.
Bye.